It creates an environment of empathy and collaborativeness. I was overwhelmed to hear some videos and youths were talking on experimentation and curiosity. Yes, curiosity and experimentation are the way forward. Youths have been impacted the most, and I would say they have been phenomenal in showing resilience. They were the one who got impacted from the school curriculums. They adapted to the new way of studies. They were the ones who got impacted by the uncertainty of jobs or their career progression. They are still showing resilience. They are the one who don't know how business will operate, but they are still hopeful. So resilience brings the power or the skill of problem solving within the given resources that we have, and it also lead us the way to look forward. It gives us the way forward to experiment with ourselves and develop new perspectives. At the same time, my request to enterprises would be, and I've been hearing that I've been reading their thoughts on that. They are encouraging new way. They are encouraging new thought process, and businesses will adopt the new thought processes based on need of the hour, and youth will show that resilience in coming back. I would summarize my session by a quote that there's nothing like a bad weather. It's just a bad choice of clothes. What inspires me here is that no matter what situation is, there's always an opportunity to learn, and it all depends on our preparedness, how we handle that situation. Staying optimism is the key in resilience, and whenever I am in such situation, I ask myself three questions. Is it going to last forever? No. Time changes, everything changes. So be this time. Is it taking away everything? No. I still have a present. I'm still grateful for the things which I have. And what do I do in this situation? My choice is always to develop strength. My choice is always to upskill myself and prepare for future. With this note, I thank all of you for hearing me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachin. That was a very well informative session. And thank you for sharing such optimism. Now I request the audience to fill the poll that is coming on your screens. And meanwhile, you fill the poll, I also request you all to put any of your questions that you have on the Q&A session for the Q&A session. Anything you want to ask Mr. Sachin?
I'm overwhelmed to see this result that resilience is a quality that someone can learn and develop. Yes, we are in times where it can be developed. In the past, we may not have realized it, but this is the time where we have experienced, and yes, we can learn it. Small steps every day, making ourselves better every day, can lead us to better resilient person.
Great. Okay. So far we do not have any Q&As for you, Sachin, but by the end of the session, we might have few of them. So yeah, you can address them by the end of the session. Thank you so much, everyone, for giving so much attention to this talk. Next, I request Dr. Harshal to now take over the discussion and present his talk on true care. And again, you all can see a poll in front of you. And I again request you all to fill in the poll before Dr. Harshal starts his talk.
Hi. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, Harshal, you are. Yes, yes.
Okay. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Okay. Thanks, Sachin, for such a nice and wonderful talk. Okay. So let's start. Today, we are going to talk about how to stay healthy during this COVID-19 pandemic. Sachin has mentioned very good things about being resilient, and I think that's the most important thing, because if you are mentally strong, then probably the war is win. But let me speak to a bit more things about how to be healthy during these things, I'm just going to give you a few facts how to be healthy, what are the things to be look forward for it. Uh, so looking at this beautiful virus picture, though it looks so beautiful and brilliant, but as all you know, good things or beautiful things kill. And that's what this virus has done. Means we never have thought that world will stand still just to become such a tiny particles, but it had shuttered our life to such a level. But well, son, means every difficult situation will definitely present with some opportunity. It 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 shows, yes, we can live without flying. It shows we can still carry on our life with only a few peoples and staying indoors, and we can still be strong. This difficult time has bring down a lot of problems. Most of us has to work from home. We has to use to the lifestyle that we have never been to, and it has its own challenges. In It has just decreased our social interaction. There's no more social life, or very limited to social life. There's very less time we're spending outdoors, outside. Those who are working from home, there's no fine boundary between your work life, personal life, and social life. So most of us are still working quite late, and it is bringing a huge amount of stress because of uncertainty. And those who are working from home, it is creating issues because of postures and all. So how to be healthy in this difficult time? uh, Before we move to that, it is very important to know what exactly health is all about. uh, Let me put a quote, or let me just tell you what exactly what's the definition of health. Health is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being. It's not merely just absence of disease. So, in summary, to be healthy, you need to be not only physically well, but you has to be mentally, you has to be socially well-being, and this is a combination of all these parameters. And this is what we called as health triangle, which comprise of three ages: physical, mental, and social. And when all of these are in optimum, then we think we're in a well-being. And that's why, okay, Sachin has talked about important of mental well-being. Let me just put a few things towards the physical part of it and see how we can be healthy. So most important in this time to be physically healthy, we has to adapt to a lifestyle which is active. When I mean, so we always say, "Oh, be active, do exercise." Let me just put it in such a way: when we mean active, we need to be doing moderate intensity of physical exercise, which is roughly around 150 minutes or 20 minutes of vigorous exercise, 3 to 4 times a week. To complete that, we need to have a physical goal. So 30 minutes a day, 4 to 5 days a week of moderate activity, 20 to 25 minutes of vigorous activity, and in simple way, at least do something active. And by doing that, not only you'll be taking care of your physical self, you'll definitely also it will help you to be mental as well as emotional well-being. uh, the moderate intensity, you can have brisk walking, you can do cycling or Zumba. The whole idea of this is you need to take control. And when you took control, make sure at least you be in an ideal weight. Target your ideal weight. For Asians, we has to be less than 23 to 24, and that is what we need to target for that. And another component for that, to be healthy, most important because of change in working environment, work from home, we need to stick to a certain routine. It might be difficult when you're at home, you are not traveling, you are not forced to wake up because you don't need to travel, and that might blur a line between your routine life. So I still think it is good to maintain a certain regular lifestyle. You need to have a balanced diet. You need to have a specific dedicated time for exercise, specific dedicated time for yourself, specific dedicated time for relaxation. In between, when you're working from home, make sure you take some breaks, maintain a good postural hygiene, or maintain some good posture. Make sure you sleep well, because most of us probably will be on a long phone calls, video calls, all these conference calls, or maybe talking to relatives, WhatsApp group and all. It might affect your things, but make sure you have enough sleep. Make sure to hydrate well, and most important is make sure you have time for yourself, for your own relaxation. All of us say, oh, you need to eat healthy, okay, or follow a diet. uh, what does that mean, to follow a good diet? Let's make things very simple. When you are talking about good diet, just imagine your normal routine serving plate. Ideally, just divide it into four quadrants. Each quadrant of it, one of them should be 25% of it should be uh, your carbohydrate, which can be either rice, which can be a whole grain, or it can be chapatis if you're taking Indian diet. Another portion, a 25% portion, should be your proteins. If you're meat eaters, ideally should be coming from a lean meat. If fish, 2 to 3 servings a day. Chicken, preferably without skin. If you like your red meat, limit your serving to 1 to 2 meat. And if you are vegan or vegetarian, then you can have your proteins through your dals or grains or other source. Most important, the remaining half part of it, it should be your green leafy vegetables and fruits. This half portion which is more important. So that's why every world is moving more towards more greener. The more green we eat, better it is. It is good for your health, as well as it will keep you full, and it will feed you energetic. There are very simple tips that I will probably give it to you, and that will not make it very complicated, but just very simple things. If you are choosing a fruits, uh, I will request, go and choose a fruit rather than going from a juice, because if you are going for juice, you are anyways letting go the half part of the fiber. Go for the fruits like apple, apricots, mangoes, strawberries, which also has a quite high fiber in it. Always go for it. Okay, and remember, fats are not bad. You need a fat, but always choose a good healthy fat. And good healthy fats are building blocks for your all vitals, all vitals, chemical parameters in a body. So definitely fats are important, but choose a good fat which is in the form of avocado. If you're using oil, always choose a vegetable oils, okay, like canola, corn oil, aloe oil, or sunflower oil, but in a moderate quantity. You can have a moderate quantity of nuts, like handfuls of nut, and these are important. When you're choosing your beverages, water can be the best beverage that you can have. Please stay away from colas and all sweetened drinks, because nothing kills you like that. If you can choose dairy free alternative, nothing like it. If you can't, stick to a skim milk and things, and try to use things which are natural rather than artificial, or something which is more flavored. I will always like to quote one thing. I always believe that mm, the food you can eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine, or it can be the slowest form of poison. So what you eat is what you are. So either food can be your best friend, or it can be best enemy. And that's why most of the problems which is happening because of chronic disease is all because of our lifestyle, and part of it, or probably most of it, is related to unhealthy diet. Okay, these are what a few elements about being physical. I still think another most important part is still related to being wealth, which is mental and social well-being. So in this difficult time, it's very, very important for us to be connected. So be connected to your friends and family with phone calls. Okay, why can't, in this time we can't mingle with a lot of people, why can't we just mingle with our own family and has a fitness routine together? In you can have a fitness walk, you can have activities together, you can join a class as family together to help you to increase your bonding, as well as that will help you to feel fit and be good emotionally. Take an opportunity to cook for each other. Get your children to be with you and cook with them. And at the end of the day, Share your experience with your loved one, talk to them, and be with them. So for let's touch a few things how you can be a mental well-being. Most important, as I say, if you maintain your routine, you always has time for yourself. Stick to a schedule so you have time for relaxation, and always keep a balance. That's the key. So balance between your work, balance between your personal life, between your social, emotional, as well as balance for yourself to get well. As Sachin rightly says, and all of us in a difficult time when things are blurred, it's okay to be frustrated. And in this difficult time, all of us will be in a time will get frustrated, will get angry, will be agonized. But remember, you're not alone. If you feel so, it's okay to talk. Pick up a phone, speak to a friend, speak to your loved one, speak to your wife, speak to your girlfriend, or whoever is close to you. If it's really affecting you and if it's getting serious, always reach out to your healthcare provider. Always reach out to a GP, reach out to a doctor, or reach out to a counselor. They will help you. So in summary, I still think it's very simple. I compile these things in a simple word, what we call as beat. So most important is be aware of the things, eat right, you adapt active lifetime, and take control of the things. I like to summarize these things by saying that okay, your health is in your hand, and in this difficult situation still brings an opportunity for us to probably more focus on ourselves and more well-being. Uh, with this, I will like to end my things saying that okay, we are not alone. We are all together. Let's beat this time. This time will pass. Just keep a resilience and learn from it. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving me opportunity. Okay, to you, Srijala.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Harshal, for your such an enlightening presentation. It was such a healthy approach, I must say. And I think the COVID times specifically have taught us, how to stay healthy and how to eat healthy. And your presentation is actually connecting with that, with that aspect. So, okay. So, to the audience, we have in front of you the polling, which is related to Dr. Harshal's talk. I request you all to fill this up and please present your question and answers if you have any for Dr. Harshal. And okay, so we have questions for Sachin. Sachin, we have a question for you from Kapil. He says that it is so hard to be resilient at this time of suffering when we need it most. Maybe one tip you can share for building resilience during this hard time.
Sure. Thanks, Kapil. Very candid and very open approach to manage resilience or to develop resilience is imagine when we fell sick, what do? We go for diagnostic. The first stage is to know what's wrong with us. And as Dr. Herschel said, it's fine that we are not in a good situation. It's okay to be in that, but it is important to know that we are not in an okay situation. And what is that not okay situation? Is to know, is to explore what's wrong in the situation. What is it that is hurting us? What is it that I'm feeling? And as I said, when I know my emotion, I may feel helpless or I may feel disappointed. Now, these two are different emotions, and there are different cause for those emotions. When I know them, then only I will start working for them. I try to explore more and more about that situation and try to find innovative ways. How can I overcome that situation? Uh, when I have to stay positive, the key is to stay positive, and the key to stay positive is to communicate as much as possible. Talk to people, talk to yourself, read books, go out. I like to go for gym, play some sport. Sports are something good way of taking out our negativity and feeling positivity. The whole premise is when we give away the negative aspect, it creates space and opportunity to gather positive. And when we are positive, then only we are healthy. So I hope that answers.
Okay, Sachin, we have three more questions for you. Um, so, an anonymous attendee, they would like to ask you what kind of question you think can we reflect on a daily basis. Basically, what questions should we ask ourselves on a daily basis, to sort of improve ourselves.
Get up in the morning and ask, how am I feeling today? That will tell us the state of our mind. Again, I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm excited, I'm aggressive, I'm grateful, I'm thoughtful, whatever. Ask yourself question, how am I feeling? Second is follow-up question is, what can I do in this situation? How can I make my present better than yesterday? Two things, and that will lead us the path for future.
Okay, great. So, another question for you, Sachin, is giving up after trying so many times counted as having no resilience? It's an interesting question, as per me.
It's yeah, it's interesting. It's very ambiguous actually. Giving up to a fight, it's okay. Yeah, I mean there is no solution at the moment. It's okay to give up. The thing is, how do you come out of that situation? Is that thing really important for you to win? Or is it just that it was our internal anxiety to come over it? So giving up is not a sign of failure as long as we know what we were as long as we know what we were trying to achieve out of that win.
Okay, great. So, another very personal confession this attendee is making. He says many people have used the time and pandemic to improve their skills, and I was very overwhelmed during this entire time, and I felt stressed and sad. And now that things are slowly back to normal, I feel like I've left behind. So I think this question can be addressed by both Sachin and Dr. Harshal. So if you can give your views on that, I think it's a very, very relatable confession.
I would say we are surviving, we are breathing, we are living. It's a big success. Uh, we have learned in one way or the other. It's not that we don't learn. We learn on daily basis, consciously or unconsciously. Nonetheless, it's not late. Not that pandemic was the only opportunity to learn. We can learn every day. We can learn now. We can learn tomorrow. It all depends on the goal that we have for ourselves. Pandemic was an opportunity because there was time available with us. There were a lot of activity which went on halt. So this was the time to engage ourselves and utilize the time wisely. But learning never stops. We can still find time. We can still learn ourselves. We can still engage in activities which can lead us to our goals. Important is, where do you want to go? That is more important than seeing that what is left behind. I hope that answers.
Yeah, absolutely. Dr. Harshal,
Dr.
you have,
Harshal, yours beyond that.
yeah. Dr. Harshal, you have any views
I
on
think
that?
you are right because see, at the end of the day, thankfully, okay, yeah, am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I think definitely this pandemic give us an opportunity to stop and probably to learn a new things. But henceforward in the future, definitely getting learn to new things will be the way forward. And ultimately, it's depend what you want. I mean, at the end of day, you should be very much aware about what is end in mind, and that should. Solve most of the problems. You keep learning and just keep moving. What happened in the past always happened in the past. Anyways, time will never stop for anything and not for anything else. And that's what pandemic taught us. So I think just be positive about anything and go ahead. If it's really bad, just close your eyes. Time will go away.
Okay,
Yeah,
great. Yeah. Okay. So, great,
yeah,
great.
I hope I answer. Yeah.
Yes, yes, Dr. Harshal. Thank you so much. So we can see we have series of questions coming up on the Q&A chat box. And I'm so happy that the audience has started to interact already. It's great to see this kind of engagement. But since so far we have been discussing and learning about the society and well-being, let's now put a hold on the Q&As, and we can address to all the remaining question and answer later during the session. So let's now hear from a corporate professional we have with us about his such great initiatives, how initiatives like the conscious living can be fruitful for the corporate sector. So Dipayan, I request you to speak a few minutes and tell us how the corporates can grow in this realm.
Thank you, Srijala, for getting me into this beautiful webinar. I've been listening to both Sachin and Dr. Harshal. Has been very enlightening for me. Well, I represent Hemera Group, which is a global supply chain solution platform. Uh, I must say that I believe the business and the masses are not mutually exclusive at all. The daily life of humanity has a large contribution of the corporates. You know, most of the families would have somebody or other working in a corporate sector. So what you carry from the businesses, what you carry the stress or happiness from your corporate platform makes a big difference in how you bring it to the society. And similarly, focusing on business growth uh, has and positive positive growth of businesses has lot to really contribute to the society. The corporate social responsibility, okay, of many corporates should be in the DNA of their employees, their associates, their investors, and in fact, the masses and the society is one of the biggest stakeholder in the corporates. So it really makes a huge difference that how the like-minded corporates come together. They support such initiatives like conscious living. uh, it's a beautiful foundation that connects the dots of various aspects of life, the corporates, the society, to bring happiness and bring positivity to the and bring empowerment to the society. And one more thing that we as a corporate need to really focus on and work on is how do we encourage the youth to really imbibe the idea of giving. And it makes a big difference for like-minded corporates to come together, help each other, collaborate with the masses, and try to not look at, again, as I said, the business growth and the positivity of the environment and the society are not mutually exclusive at all. And so this is where I feel that uh, the uh, whole matrix of conscious living, matrix of society, the positivity, the corporate growth, happiness, corporate social responsibilities, all are very well linked. And this is where we are in here. And we are definitely very happy to be invited uh, to be one of the participant in this initiative as Hemera. And we also really want to encourage many corporates like us to come up and participate along with us in such initiatives. Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Dipayan, for your fruitful words. So now moving on to the Q&As, the rest of the question and answers. So Sachin, we have a question for you. Is there any
Yes,
difference
Rizla.
in kindness and resilience? This is from Afifa Mehmood. She asks, is there any difference between kindness and resilience?
The way I would define it, kindness is behavior. It's exhibit of how we deal with people. Resilience is more of attitude. How I deal with myself. Yes, kindness plays important role in being resilient. Kindness shows humbleness. Kindness also brings empathy. However, resilience thinks about a step ahead. Like, how do I make this situation better and better and better?
Okay, great. Dr. Harshal, we have two questions for you. How to stay positive and how to find positivity. I think that's a very important question that this attendee has asked. How to find positivity. Dr. Harshal?
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How to stay positive and how to find positivity. Okay. So I think every situation will bring at least a part to be positive about. I mean, we should always look towards the glass which is full rather than the glass which is empty. Uh, and as Sachin's slides has shared it very nicely and said very well that no matter how difficult time it is, it will go. And probably, I mean, if you can just hold on, it will go up, and you might look forward that things will be positive. That's one. And how to find positivity? Definitely staying positive. You can engage into few activities which usually help you to build that kind of things. If you can get into meditations, if you can do some uh, any kind of things that make you happy. So if you like sports, you can get into the sports. You can speak to your colleagues. If you like music and get you can follow it, or you can develop some hobbies which can help you to keep positive, and it will keep negative things out of it. So I think the key is just having one hobby or doing the things which you like, and usually it keeps the balance most towards your positive side, and probably hopefully that you can find the positivity in it, or just wait, the bad time will go and will I mean good time will be just around the corner. Thank you.
Okay. So, Dr. Harshal, there is the same attendee who wants to ask, what are the signs of developing anxiety?
Okay. Okay. So one thing you have to understand that getting anxious or experience the anxiety is normal. All of us at any point of time in our life, we will get anxious. If I change my job, if I have issues in relationship, at work stress, getting anxious, getting worried is normal. The only problem will comes when your worry is probably more or disproportionate to the problem, or you keep getting worried for very small things which is affecting your life. So in a simple way, if I say what are the signs of developing anxiety, one thing, excessive worrying, excessive worrying about the things which are probably too smaller, and the excessive worrying is started hampering your life in terms of you are getting anxious, which is causing your mood to be low, you are having a lack of sleep, you are not able to perform. And at the same time, when you know the things, okay, that probably is smaller, but your excessive worrying is making it worse, and that is what it will lead to anxiety. So having anxiety about things is normal, but it is getting too excessive, it is a problem, and probably that's a sign when you can call that you are moving more towards a anxiety disorders.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Harshal. Thank you, Sachin, for addressing all these questions. So, to the audience, we are still accepting all the Q and A's. You can go on typing your whatever questions you have for any of the speakers. And so, before we move towards the end of this webinar, I request the founder of the Conscious Living to talk for a few minutes on how we can be a part of this beautiful initiative, and how we can contribute in various activities the Conscious Living is conducting.
Thank you, Srijala. Not much to say. Everything is described in the website. Because simply be ready to share our experience and ready to contribute to the society. The funds will go dedicated to Media Cup Enable Foundation. It is for the specially able kids where we are raising funds for them. So if you are below 18, please go through the website, donate your $10 for Media Cup Enable Fund dedicated for specially able kids. Then pick up your pen, start writing, or take a 60 seconds of your speech and upload it on our site, and you will be judged by the community, and the National Library Board has accepted this program. They will be taking this program as their archives and keeping it for the history. And once you do this, the best 3 candidates will be given an opportunity to share in media about their experience, and we will be hosting them across Singapore, sharing their experience and expertise in terms of the best in the society. So the objective is to create a social experience, shared experience, as well as managing and helping hands for the people and the society, especially for this part, the Media Cup Enable Fund. So thank you so much, Srijala. Over to you.
Thank you, Subhranshu. So with this, we are here to conclude this webinar. And undoubtedly, this was one very productive, fruitful, and wonderful session. I'm so glad to see the audience and their continuous growing interest till the end of this event. And I'm thankful to our wonderful speakers who joined us and enlightened us with their knowledge, their experience, and love, most importantly. Lastly, I would like to thank the Conscious Living Foundation and the technical team for conducting this webinar and bringing us all together. We pray and hope to make this initiative a big, big success. Thank you again, everyone, and have a great evening.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Srijala.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.